Room for Change. The Interior Decorator. This is a story about an interior decorator who discovers that the busiest room in the house is sometimes the room of the mind. With a tape measure, 3 baskets, and 4 playful agreements, she helps one homeowner decide what to keep, what to change, and what no longer deserves wall space. When Sofia arrived, Ben opened the door and whispered, "Brace yourself." She stepped into the living room. A giant chair blocked the window. 3 lamps crowded one tiny table. A clock leaned sideways. A painting of gloomy ducks hung over the fireplace. And 6 unopened boxes were labelled, "Maybe someday." Sofia slowly turned in a circle. "Ah," she said, "your room has opinions." Ben laughed. "My room has problems. Same thing if you listen long enough." Sofia opened her decorating case and pulled out 3 colourful baskets. The green one said accept. The orange one said change. The purple one said discern. Ben pointed at them. "I thought you brought fabric samples." "I did. These are for the mind room." "The what?" "The room behind the room." She tapped her head. "Very fashionable this year." Ben grinned. Sofia pointed to the brick fireplace. "Can we move that?" "No." Green basket, accept." She pointed to the enormous chair blocking the window. "That?" "Yes." "Orange basket, change." Then she pointed to the gloomy ducks. Ben hesitated. "My Aunt Clara gave me those." "Do you like them?" "No." "Does Aunt Clara live here?" "No." "Purple basket? Discern?" "Exactly. We are not decorating Aunt Clara's mind." Ben burst out laughing. They moved the chair. Sunlight flooded the room. "Well," Ben said, "apparently the sun was here the whole time. That happens a lot." Then Sofia noticed 4 framed cards stacked beside the sofa. "What are those?" "Old sayings." She read the first. "Don't say what you mean. People might not like it." Sofia raised an eyebrow. "That one violates agreement number 1. "What agreement?" "Use your words cleanly. Say what you mean without using words as weapons." She dropped the card into a box marked out. The next card read, "Everything is about you." Ben laughed before she could speak. "Agreement 2? Don't take everything personally. Other people arrive carrying their own furniture." The card joined the first. The third said, "If you don't know, assume the worst." Sofia pretended to faint onto the sofa. Ben laughed. "Agreement 3. Don't make assumptions. Ask instead. Much cheaper than redesigning an entire room around something you invented." The fourth card read, "Perfect or nothing." Sofia held it at arm's length. And agreement 4? "Do your best. Today's best," she said. "Not yesterday's best. Not somebody else's best. And definitely not imaginary magazine cover best." Ben tossed the card into the box himself. They kept working. A lamp stayed. 2 lamps went. The clock was repaired. The gloomy ducks were wrapped carefully for donation. Then Ben opened the first maybe someday box. Inside were old notebooks, broken gadgets, mystery cords, and a decorative bowl shaped like a cabbage. "I forgot I owned this." Sofia held up the cabbage bowl. "Do you love it?" "No." "Use it?" "No." "Would you notice if it vanished?" "No." She placed it dramatically into the change basket. "Farewell, ceremonial cabbage." Ben laughed so hard he had to sit down. By lunchtime, the room looked twice as large. But Sofia wasn't finished. She handed Ben a small frame. Inside were the words, "I can't change." "Where did you find that?" "Behind the sofa." "I didn't put that there." Sofia smiled. "Mind rooms are sneaky." Ben studied it. "Well, some things really can't change." "True." The face. "Yes." "The direction the window faces." "Yes." "My past." "Yes." Ben paused. "But I can change where I put my chair." Sofia nodded. "And what you hang on the wall. And whether I keep believing every thought that wanders in." "Now you're decorating." They stood in the centre of the room. Nothing was perfect. The floor still squeaked. The fireplace was still crooked. A small stain remained near the window. Ben pointed at it. "What about that?" Sofia looked closely. "Accept, change, or discern," Ben considered. Then he placed a plant over it. Sofia laughed. "That is technically a 4th category. What's it called?" "Creative cooperation." They stepped back. The sunlight stretched across the floor. Ben looked around. "So the mind room doesn't need a total renovation?" "Usually not. Just fewer gloomy ducks. An excellent beginning. And cleaner agreements. Yes. And maybe stop blocking the light." Sofia picked up her decorating case. Ben looked toward the bright window. He finally understood. Peace was not getting every part of the room exactly the way he wanted. It was knowing what could move, what could stay, and what ridiculous old decoration he was finally ready to stop calling himself. May we sing, rest, and dance our way home together.